What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We are coming at you on a beautiful, I believe it's a Thursday morning. We have our nice little microphone that we just found. I actually don't know what this is to and where it's been, so I'm gonna go ahead and put it down now. Today is the first deadlift of the new block, right? We are currently on block number 3. I can't remember. I need to look, but we're right around the 100 days out. I want to say, my guess is it's about 100, maybe like 108, 107 days out before our first meet, but I can't remember, and I really don't want to have to look right now because we're kind of somewhat in a rush, right? Today is like, this week has been hectic as is. Like, the week has gone by like that because of how crazy it is. Because like Monday we had a full slate of classes. Tuesday we had a class, then work the rest of the day. Wednesday we had 2 classes, but the one we had an exam. But we have which was yesterday, I guess. Today we have an exam. Fortunately, not during regular class time. It's like later in the day, right? Which originally I hated that it was like the test was like in the evening, but now I actually love it because then that gives me more time to just deadlift. Then I can go home, right, take a fat juicy nap because, you know, goodness knows I need it. But like, yeah, I'm a little exhausted. I'm a little run down already, and it's only week 1, so this is gonna be a fun block. No, just kidding. I'm not exhausted from the workout, though I am very sore, right? Like, I had to spend a bit extra time, kind of off camera, but I had to spend extra time like warming up the hammies, because like the Romanian deadlifts that I did on Monday killed me, bro. Like, Romanians usually don't do me like that, but like yesterday it did me like that, or Monday it did me like that. Which, to be fair, I also haven't done heavy Romanians in a while. Yeah, we got an exam later today, which is crazy. It's a big one, right? We need to clutch up, so you know, we're in somewhat of a rush so we can get back home and just kind of like relax, review. So yeah, currently I have 500, I want to say it's 25 pounds. I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, about 525 pounds loaded up on the bar. And so while I sit and rest up before my initial back off set, y'all go ahead and get caught up, right? I need y'all on my level. So go ahead and get caught up on the roller tapes, right? Warming up, building up to this, right? We'll hit this and then move on with the workout. Here we go.
Inside of me, you better watch out if your enemies are road ahead of full prophecy to be the greatest beast the world has ever seen. I feed him every day like the bones clean. I feed him all the hate and he grows me, and he gets real big, pissed off quick. And if you cross him, you might drop dead. Metaphorically, of course, settling the score, never getting bored. Loves of blood and gold, always wanting more freedom from the source. They don't really listen until they feel the force of hard in. If you start shit, you'll be heartless in the darkness. Torn apart quick, you left scars ripped, you'll be chewed up and discarded. And this world ain't right, won't accept it. Negative energy, I expect it. Once it's in your mind, it's infectious. So fight for your life and reject it. You better give me space, I'm protective. My adrenaline spikes when I'm threatened. And if you stay in my way, I'm aggressive. Cause when there's no exit, I'll kill when I'm desperate. There's no exit, I'll kill when I'm desperate.
Easy.
And this world ain't right, won't accept it. Negative energy, I expect it. Once it's in your mind, it's infectious. So fight for your life and reject it. You better give me space, I'm protective. My adrenaline
man, those pause deadlifts kill me. No, last week I think during deloads I did 405 for my pause deadlifts. I think that was fine. It was just, that would have been a better weight for today, or no, like week 2 and on. Because like even this, part of why I'm doing that is not to go crazy heavy. Part of the purpose of doing deficit deadlifts is to force myself to slow down and then explode out of kind of like that pause position, because then that's going to lead to me having more explosive pulls. It's going to lead to me having more power at lockout, right? So deficit deadlifts kind of do the same thing, right? There's a lot of power to be had. A lot of where people start to fail deadlifts is right at that kind of like in that kind of gray area in between the knee transitioning into the lockout, right? Because like the lockout, that's really the hardest part of the conventional, right? Because off the floor, like even right off the floor, like even with maximum loads, like a lot of times you'll see like a really explosive pull off the floor, but then like right when it starts to slow down, it's usually right in this area. And that's really why I've been doing tempo on all of my lifts, right? Bench, squat, deadlift, because tempo and kind of slow, that helps build that explosiveness, right? Because you go slow, or in this case, you pause, right? Because I don't know how to have a tempo deadlift be explosive, right? Maybe I could go, kind of like, right? But like the point here is like, there's not a whole lot of like tempo that I can do that will kind of give me the same that will achieve the same goals as kind of like the other tempos, right? With squats, I can go slow to the bottom and then explode out. I mean, I guess you can kind of do that with deadlift, but like it's going to be better to just do pause deadlifts. And then the other thing is I've been using these for pause deadlifts because I've gotten to the point where I'm lifting heavy enough that like as the weeks go on, by the end of like the block, my hands are like this close from tearing. And like what I don't want to have happen, because like I deadlift at least once a week and I use my hands 3 times a week, right? Typically, I guess I use my hands all 4 times, but like there's usually about 2 or 3 where I'm like really like actually using them, where tearing would actually be like really bad. And so I wear these to kind of help save my hands for my top sets, my top singles, because it's really not that big of a deal if I'm wearing these on kind of like lighter loads, right? Because like my emphasis is my legs, my lower back, my core, right? And so grip is kind of the limiting factor on deadlifts. And so if I can save my grip for like those really intense loads and like the top singles, top sets, that's gonna pay dividends, right? Because then I'm actually targeting what I want to target. And then I can also, if I need extra grip work, right, I can go hit the grip strength machine, whatnot, hold plates in between my fingers. So yeah, so 600 or 525 moved really, really well. I think that's the heaviest I've ever started deadlifts on a week 1, because last block I finished my deadlifts heavier in my squat, but like I started with 525 on squat and 515 on deadlifts. So now this block I'm starting 525 on deadlifts and 535 on squats. And I think 525 was the perfect weight. It moved, it felt really well. I did a much better job, about keeping my arms long and driving my hips through, right? Because while deadlift is a pull variation, you really want to treat it like a push, because the more you can treat it like a push, you're going to be able to lift heavier loads. You're going to have better technique. You're going to have like that kind of thing. And so, yeah. So we're going to get moving on here. Right, we got 3x3 at RPE 6 to 7, just like our top single, and then yeah, we'll move on with the workout. Here we go.
am I laughing? I just spent, I don't know if y'all will even get to see it on the channel, but I just spent about 15 unnecessary minutes filming what I think could potentially end up being a really funny clip, so long as we did it right. You can kind of see on my left leg here, my pant leg is rolled up. Actually, that doesn't help indicate what I just did at all, or what I just filmed at all. But yeah, as you can see, it's kind of like snowing outside, and it's like, it's not like slick and, you know, but it's like one of those snows where, I guess, you know, it's usually slick with snow, but it's one of those snowfalls that, like, it's really kind of badass, you know what I mean? When it's dark outside, if you kick on your high beams, like, it looks like you're traveling at light speed in Star Wars, which I absolutely did this morning, by the way, on the way to the gym, because, you know, still pretty dark out at about 5. Oh, I actually don't know what time sunrise and sunset is anymore. Like, because, like, I'm always indoors, or, like, I'm usually doing something, and I'm, like, always indoors, and so, like, I don't get to see the sunrise, which is unfortunate. I see the sun. Do I see the sunset? I might be in bed before the sunset, actually. No, that's a lie. I don't know anymore. I'm going crazy. Yeah, as you can see, it is snowing, and this is kind of one of those snows that, like, I'll see, like, really cool nature videographers and photographers where they'll, like, find, like, a buffalo out in the wild, and they'll film the buffalo in this kind of, like, winter, or in this, like, really cool, like, deep, it's not one of those sticky snows, but it's one of, like, the really thick, falling pretty hard, like, really cool looking snows. And so I shot what I think is going to be a really funny video. So yeah, that will probably be posted before this video, but if you haven't seen that, go check out my YouTube Shorts or Instagram page, which I should have my Instagram tagged right about now. Boop. So yeah, as far as the workout goes, phenomenal deadlift workout. I did, with my top single, I did a really good job at making sure I make the movement more of a push than a pull, which might not make a whole lot of sense because it is like a pull variation, but, like, the reason you can make it a push, or, like, the way you make it a push is, like, when you're doing the deadlift, when you're pulling the slack out of the bar on a deadlift, which is really important because it helps make sure you are in position to, like, initiate the lift in, like, a safe position typically. And for another, you can almost use it like a guide, right? Because, like, where the bar, like, the slack has been pulled out of the bar, that's kind of the direction you're pulling or pushing the ground away from you, if that makes sense, right? Because you're also you want to imagine yourself driving your hips towards, which is like pushing your hips towards, pushing the ground away and pushing your hips towards the barbell. And part of pulling the slack out of the bar is reaching your arms long, creating tension in your feet, and then going from there. There we go. Part of pulling the slack, right? Once you reach your arms long, you're not pulling the bar up to you. You're reaching your arms long, keeping them long, and then creating tension in your feet, and then pushing the ground away while driving your hips towards the bar. And, like, that's where kind of like the push comes in. You're trying as much as possible not to just pull with your lower back and pull with your arms, right? Because you're trying to take some of that load off of the lower back and off of that mid section, right? Because you don't want to just be, right? You don't want to be out here, you know, killing your core, or killing your lower back, excuse me, right? Because, like, the more you can put some of that weight into the legs, the better you're going to be, the less injury risk. It's beautiful. So yeah, I think I've talked enough. I really hope this is only like a 25 minute outro, not like 30 plus, because those are so hard to edit. They piss me off so much, because then I look at the timeline on it, I'm like, so yeah, I'm done. So thank you guys so much for watching. Really appreciate the support. Like I said, we will start doing reaction videos somewhat soon. But yeah, feel free to stick around, check out some of my other Dawn of a New Era videos, right? Kind of a different look to the channel, which I've gotten a little bit more, you know, positive feedback, and, you know, y'all seem to like it, so I'm gonna continue to do it like that. Yeah, popped in the description. Check out some of my affiliate links and special discount codes. Yeah, once again, thank you for your support. Thank you for tuning in on this fine Thursday. I don't know what day it is by the time I post this, but fine Thursday it is today. So So yeah, Boogeyman out.